an informal discussion. My for lack of a better term, partner in crime, is Dr. Elayne Anthony. Dr. Anthony, you are the head of the Journalism Department at Jackson State University. So
That is correct.
I don't want you sitting here grading me.
I'm not going to
like last time. But as we go around the table, we'll introduce everybody as we ask you a question, if that's okay. And Dr. Anthony, kick us off. How about it?
All right. Well, we know what we've been experiencing here in the Jackson area, in the metro area here in Jackson, and that's escalating crime. We'd like to maybe start off with, what do you think some of the factors are that in the community that are leading us in the area of more crime in the metro?
And just for the sake of clarity, we'll just kind of go around the table and then we'll all jump in. We'll start off with Dr. Etta Morgan. Dr. Morgan, you head the Criminal Justice Department out at Jackson State University, and you have a kind of a powerful voice for the criminal justice system. So I will start with you and let you pick up the first answer there.
Well, I believe some of the factors that impact crime environment, both family and external, as well as the, in terms of external, the lack of opportunities. One of the things that I have a problem with is the introduction of violence to children at such an early age. Now, most people don't think of it that way, but to me, even buying a squirt gun to use around the pool or in the yard, to me, suggests you're getting your child familiar with and comfortable with a weapon. So that's one of the things that bother me. In terms of family, one of the biggest areas that I see a lack of or discipline in the family, the lack of respect. Children don't respect, so family don't respect each other, so children learn that disrespect is normal. And as a result, they don't respect themselves. And if I don't respect me, I certainly won't respect you, your ideas, and what have you.
When you talk about what happened, Dr. Morgan, a long time ago, is that there was a deep respect for authority. And, if authority said it, in some of our homes, that was what was the expectation. And we say we don't want to go back to that. But if we don't, we're going to keep repeating what's going on now. So I'm just trying to figure, where did we lose our respect for authority figures? I think you can take it, or either Sheriff Baker can take it. I'll let him speak.
Well, I think I agree with the Dr. Moore on it's the deterioration of the American family, is getting away from churches or a faith-based, thing where families do come together. And I actually blame the media for part of the downfall of the respect of police and government, because it seems like that the media nowadays focuses on the bad cop, the one bad cop instead of the 100 good cops. And I think that we just, even not just on police officers, but on every profession there is, on journalism, doctors, lawyers. There's bad apples in every bunch, but again, you're asking an imperfect human to do a perfect job, and it's never going to happen.
Coach, let me introduce him here. Tim Wilson, you are the head coach at Provine. So you work with youngsters all the time. And I saw that book. Yeah. What's your take on this? Over the years, how about respect? Have you seen the deterioration in the amount of respect that teachers get, that coaches get, authority gets, period?
I definitely have seen the deterioration of respect. And I can't do nothing but piggyback off of her. I think it starts at home. The traditional families kind of change. So, a lot of kids are, so to speak, raising themselves or don't have a mother and a father in the home. So they take a liking to certain stuff that they see outside in the streets, and just the respect for a grandmother or a mother or the lady next door, that's kind of gone out of the window. So they kind of, I guess, look at you almost as if they're equal, but they don't look at you as an authoritative figure in their life. So they kind of don't listen to what you say. The language that they use is very, very different than when I was growing up as far as towards adults. Now, it may have been things that we said amongst each other, but we knew that language has to change around certain people. But for them, there's no line. There's no dividing line, and to turn it off or turn it on, to you let's just do it anyway. So I would have to say male figures, coaches, male teachers, male fathers. I have friends that probably didn't grow up with a male father in their home, but it was a coach that probably imparted something in their life. So things like that, activities for the kids where they can actually learn those skills. So stuff like that. Even when I work for the city of Jackson as a lifeguard, and that's a different environment than school, because really you're out there in their domain. You just running the pool and they want to come and swim. But you see kids who actually develop a relationship with you over time from the months of June and July, coming every day. And you kind of have an effect on their life too, just coming around. So I guess the lack of them having that only for 2 months rather than 12 months out the year is really the struggle and the battle that you fight. It's more than just wins and losses, but you also provide a kid with some type of structure, teaching them different values, character, dedication, being able to push through, working hard, team building skills, and is the actual opportunity, not just a head coach, but assistant coaches have impacts on kids' lives. I know a lot of my kids on my team, they may come to me for certain stuff, but I have assistant coaches that have relationships with kids that I didn't even know. I received a letter the other day from a former player, and stuff that he put in that letter, I didn't even know that it impacted him that way. And sometimes you never know what you say or what you do, and it may impact the kid. They may tell you then, or they may tell you 5-10 years down the road.
When you talked about the language children uses, there was a story told to me from my mother-in-law years ago in Meridian Elementary School. 2 brothers were in a class, and the teacher would call their name, they would never answer. So one day the teacher just said, I'm tired of this, you're going to the office. And the kid asked, why? I haven't done anything. She said, I keep calling your name, you don't answer. He said, but you haven't called my name. And she said, well, your name is for such and such. He said, no ma'am, that's not my name. She said, well, what is your name? He said, MF. But he said the whole word, right? And she said, oh yeah, you're going to the office. And then he turned to his brother and he said, come on, SOB, because she's not going to believe you either. Now, we can attest to that because we're in stores and we hear children call all sorts of things. So if that's all you've ever been called, that's all you know. If that's the language that's used around you, that's the language you use. We're going to imitate. Children imitate. And when I was growing up, if we were in school and you did something, you were sent to the coach because the coach had the pattern and he took care of all the disciplinary problems. So if they said, oh, you're going to Mr. Mims, everybody drew up. It straightened up everybody in the classroom, even though you were the only one going to be paddled. So we have to remember, like you said, we extend beyond home, but it starts at home.
But look at where we are now. Can we look at some solutions that might at least start us in the right direction toward making a dent in crime?
Terun, why don't you pick that up? Tell us a little bit about your background first, because I don't know that everybody knows you. You're kind of coming at this from a different angle.
Well, I'm coming at this, I'm a returning citizen. I just served 19 years, 6 months in prison for a crime I committed at the age of 17. I was sentenced to life without parole. And now I'm out here trying to make a difference in the community. But I actually was going to chime in, but I didn't want to just take over, Like what she said, it do start at home, you know what I'm saying? And like he said earlier, I know I'm here today because of the grace of God. And Jesus made a way for me, you know what I'm saying? So I feel like where I'm standing, I'm coming from the other side, and I know, it started at home. I ain't saying my home like that, but sometimes we be out thinking things cool that's really not cool, and we easily influenced. And like you say, there's no authority at home because it's like, the discipline got took out years ago. I wasn't even here, but I seen it escalate because I ran into a lot of young people coming up And there's no respect for old people anymore like it was when I was, you know what I'm saying, young. And it like you said, we don't fear authority, you know what I'm saying, because we don't really trust authority. You know, media make it like that, so we don't feel like we trust authority. But the main thing is two main things. We need God first, but we need love again, you know what I'm saying? A lot of it ain't no love, you know what I'm saying? I don't love myself, and I can't love you, you see what I'm saying? How can I love you? I don't know what love is. If I ain't, like she said, the kid thought his name was MF, you know what I'm saying? Them ain't no love words, you know what I'm saying? That's what I'm being taught at home. So now it's enhanced, you know, violence evident. You can pick up a video game, be violent, like you say, the most violent the movie, the more it's said. So now it's escalating, you know. We used to fight when we had disagreement. We don't fight no more. Kids brag about shooting, you know.
Right.
And I was just telling, last night I was just telling there's some kids I be mentoring in my neighborhood when I see young people. Cause this is what the thing gotta be. No matter what people do, we all make mistakes. Lords are great, you know what I'm saying? However you judge, only God can judge us. But to get to know somebody, you gotta listen to them, you know what I'm saying? You can't judge them and tell them what they need to know if you don't even know who they are. And that's the key to listening to people. So I was mentoring a young guy and I was telling him, you know what I'm saying, take advantage of your opportunities or whatnot. But I really wasn't registering them with him, you know what I'm saying? And he was just recently playing with a gun saying he was gonna catch a body, and he killed himself on accident, you know what I'm saying? And he ain't had no purpose of, you know, no reason to even be wanting to do that. But he just felt like it's cool, it's like the thing to have. I gotta have me a gun, I gotta be like this, I gotta be like that. And you know, it started at home, you know what I'm saying? It started in the community too. You gotta embrace people, you gotta love them, you know what I'm saying, where they at, you know what I'm saying? And what we started in the city is the Credible Mission Initiative. And we wanna do this too. We gotta start at the root, like you say, home is a problem. Violence, we're treating violence as an epidemic, as a health issue. Because everybody, mostly everybody, I ain't gonna say, when you taught in your home, as a child, if somebody hit you, they hit them back. And like I say, times have changed, so this is graduated. So we treating violence as an epidemic and a health issue. And we trying to equip people in our community with the training and the tools they need to solve those issues, you know what I'm saying? And our returning citizen, the people like me who done been down the path and know the consequences of these actions, because a lot of times kids just do things, they ain't thinking about the bigger picture or the moment, you know what I'm saying? They just living for the moment.
Was there any one thing that had it intervened in your life that would have turned you in another direction before you did what you did?
I think I never really looked at it like that, you know.
Well, you
I think,
mentioned love.
yeah.
Yeah, you keep
I
mentioning love.
had
That's a
some
wonderful
love though,
thing.
cause like I said, my grandma and my mom, they love me, you know what I'm saying? My grandma had the best love, cause she taught me to trust in God, you know? And every day for the 19 years that I talked to her on the phone before I got off the phone, no matter what we talked about, she always said, remember to pray and read your Bible. But see, a lot of times it's about action too. A lot of people just be worried. They might be telling you something good and they doing something different. Mm-hmm. So how can I listen to you when I see what you do? You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I think I could have made better decisions for myself. I really was raised the right way. I just chose to make some bad decisions.